So the People versus Taiwan Reed was a case that involved human trafficking and rape. Basically, what happened in this case was in May 2018, a young lady came forward to the Riverside Police Department and said that she had been trafficked and raped by the defendant. She had met him in March of 2018 after being introduced to him by two women that he had working for him. He told her that he could provide her a place to live, a way to make money, and she accepted that. She moved in with him. And instead of doing the job that she had signed up for, the defendant took her to Los Angeles every day for the next 2 weeks and forced her to commit acts of prostitution. He would bring her back to the house and commit acts of rape against her. He'd also use violence and intimidation. He would beat up the other woman in front of her and tell her that she's lucky that this hasn't happened to her yet. So she reports the crime to the police, and the police, Detective Josh Sturdivant of the Riverside Police Department, puts out a press release, and a second victim comes forward. She talks about how back in 2009 to 2011, she was also trafficked by Mr. Reed. She was also raped by Mr. Reed. He would put her out on the street in Los Angeles, San Diego, Long Beach, Riverside. He'd make her come back to the home, give him all the money that she made, and then he would force her to have sex. If she didn't comply with either committing the acts of prostitution or the sex, he would beat her up physically. So the case went to trial in July of 2020. He was charged with pimping, pandering, human trafficking, and rape. The jury found him guilty of pimping, pandering, human trafficking, and rape of more than one victim after they heard the testimony of the two females, but they also had the chance to hear the testimony of another young lady that Mr. Reed had trafficked back in 2008 and 2009. Last Friday, he was sentenced to 51 years to life in prison. So that's the verdict.